Good morning, lovelies. We are here today to get your questions answered about the Reconnect and Rediscover program. And I am super excited to be offering this to you. So yeah, you're going to hear all about it. And I've gotten a few questions. And so I'm just going to go through those to make sure anything you want to know is answered. And feel free to pop your questions in the chat and I will address those as they come up. Okay, so what the heck is the Reconnect and Rediscover program? Now, this is a container that I've created. It's going to be very small and intimate setting for only 10 individuals. So this is kind of, a sacred space that, and I'm going to work with every individual to make sure that it's a good fit for you. The idea of the program is it's going to run for 8 weeks. We will meet every Tuesday from 3:30 to 5 Mountain Time, and we will start with movement practices for about 45 minutes or so. And these are all going to be more gentle movement practices. So think yin yoga or restorative yoga, slow flow. We'll also be working with some non-linear movement or just some kind of like intuitive movement to get in touch with your body and really ground you in the present moment. And for those of you that don't know, yoga was really invented or developed to as a precursor to meditation. So often in traditional practices, you will do yoga before meditation. The idea is if you just go and sit down, your mind's going to be like, ah. But you need to prep the body for these introspective practices. So that's what we're going to be doing. We will be moving our body, dropping in, and then we will be segueing into introspective practices. So that will look, what are introspective practices? That looks like meditation, breath work, journaling, talking through as a group about what's coming up for us. What are we going through? This is not it'll be a place for sharing, but not necessarily a place for receiving feedback unless that's directly requested. And the idea is that we will work through the 8 weeks to kind of set ourselves up for success in the fall. So the fall has such a different energy than summer. And I know for a lot of us mamas out there, summer is crazy. Summer's not relaxing like when you're a kid. The kids are home, you're managing schedules, you're going to sporting events, you've got vacation and guests visiting, and it's just frenetic. Especially the further north you go, when the days are longer in the summer, you feel like you got to pack it all in because in winter you just kind of hole up. And so you're doing all your socializing and it is not relaxing. It's not restorative. Summer can be very depleting and so can this, with the sun exposure as well. You think about how you're feeling the day after you've been in the sun all day and it's exhausting. So in order to set ourselves up for the fall, where we can be ready to kind of get into a more productive mode, this course will allow you to drop in, carve out that time for yourself so that when fall comes, you're ready to go and you're ready to do the work you need to do so that when we have that fall energy, we can be productive, we can be present for our family, and ourselves, and go into the holidays not just running from one thing to the next, but go into them mindfully and really approach them in a way maybe we never have before, where we're setting boundaries. I know that's crazy. Setting boundaries or whatever it is that you're looking for. So if you carve out this time for yourself, then you're able to think about, what are these goals? What do I want to achieve through the rest of the year? Am I on track for the goals that I set at the beginning of the year? And instead of, and was a beautiful kind of reframing from Jackie Murphy, who I'll share her info with you. But she said, let's make sure that we are not going with the flow, but we are in flow. So like, what does that mean, Ciara? What are you talking about? Going with the flow is when you're just kind of like, yeah, whatever comes up, you just deal with whatever comes up. Oh, today, like I gotta run, I gotta take the kids here, I gotta do that, I gotta run these errands. Being in flow is prioritizing the things that matter and are going to bring value to your life. And then dealing with life as well. Things are going to come up and you need to deal with them. But you can do that from a grounded state. And so that's what I want to offer to you in this course. So it'll be 8 weeks. Each session, we're going to meet for an hour and a half. We'll meet over Zoom. Because of the nature of the course, we will not be recording the course. I want everybody to feel that, the safety and the intimacy of the setting. If you aren't able to attend one, that's fine. I'll provide you with the practices that we did, and you're able to do them on your own. And I will really be guiding you through this whole practice. So this is very hands-on. So even if you don't come, I'll still be checking in with you. How did it go? Did you do it? Those types of things. Apologies, I'm a little sniffly today. Okay. So we talked about, I'm just looking through my questions here to make sure everything gets addressed. So we talked about the types of yoga, gentle restorative practices that are going to promote relaxation and self-awareness. That's what we're working with, okay? And we will always start with the movement and then move into the introspective. What are introspective practices? These can look like a lot of different things. Maybe things you haven't had experience with, or things you have. It doesn't really matter. I'll be guiding you through all of it. So beginner or expert, all are welcome. It's going to include meditation, breath work, which is just guided breathing practices. It doesn't need to be intimidating, and journaling prompts. We'll do some group discussion to help calm the mind, reduce stress, bring ourselves inward, and get ready to move into flow. How is this program different from other yoga and wellness courses? Well, it's very intimate, and it's limited to 10 participants. You're going to get personalized attention. It's a very supportive community and atmosphere. And I'll be adapting the program over those 8 weeks. So I do have a structure and an outline for the program. However, I want to keep it flexible so that as we move through, if there's something that's coming up for the group, we're going to focus on the priorities of the group and the individual is attending, okay? What should I expect to gain from the program? So we went over some of these, but in general, these types of practices will promote physical relaxation, mental clarity, improved emotional well-being. Really, I'm offering this for my friends who I see struggling during the summer, to allow them I want to make sure that those of you who are struggling and overwhelmed during the summer, or you're not prioritizing yourself, you're not prioritizing you're just kind of going with whatever comes up. I want you to feel like you have time for yourself and that and Roberta, hi, thanks for joining us. I'm excited to see you're on. Just pop any questions you have in the chat. I'm going over the FAQ for our course. And the idea here is, I'm talking about what should I expect to gain from the program? This is a question I got. So some of this stuff is obvious, but some of it isn't so obvious. And I think what you'll get is ready to go into the fall, refreshed instead of burned out. And knowing that you can prioritize yourself and having clear goals and having reflected on, am I where I want to be this year? Fall is for many of us a time of doing, and we want to make sure we're doing with purpose. And that's the intention behind the course, so that when the holidays come up, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking about the holidays, but when they come up, you have boundaries, you're ready for them, okay? Instead of just at the end of your rope. So that's the intention, to help you find this joy and balance in your life. And who is the program for? This is another question I've gotten. This is for those of you who are ready to do the work, who can commit to the 8 weeks. I'm going to be there designing this course around you, supporting you. And the program, my grandpa used to always say, the program only works if you work it. So I'm gonna give everything to support you all, but you have to do the work as well. So it's going to help you, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you maybe have neglected your self-care routine, or you just haven't engaged with your practices lately of movement and reflection, this course is for you. What do I need to participate? All right, participants need a yoga mat, although honestly, a lot of times at home, I don't use a yoga mat when I do yoga. I just do it on the carpet or throw down a towel. So a comfortable space to do movement practice, where you're not interrupted, ideally. So somewhere where you can lock the door. If you have to practice in the living room, that's fine. You can put yourself on mute, and if the kids are running around, you got to do what you got to do. I totally get that. A journal or some paper for the journal prompts, and then comfortable clothing to move around. Sometimes we'll need. It's helpful if you can have pillows or yoga blocks, things like that, to do the restorative practices, but usually, well, I'll make it work so that you can just kind of use whatever you have around the house. So we're going to be working remotely. So you don't really need much. What's the cost of the program? Okay. So the cost of the program is the cart is not open yet. It will open Monday, and Monday the 7th is when you can begin to register for the course. It's going to be $459, and that will be for the entire course, which is 8 sessions. Each session is an hour and a half. All right. And if you need a payment plan, or you prefer a payment plan, I'm happy to support that, and we can spread that cost out as needed. I'm very flexible with regards to how we set up the payment. So don't let that defer you. If the price is still an issue, even with a payment plan, just reach out. I have programs in place to make sure everybody has access to this, because this is important work. And if you're ready to do the work and work the program, I want to make sure it's available for you, because this is life-changing stuff. So it's really powerful. How do I enroll? Okay, so I have a website for enrollment. It is not so it's by how do you say this? It's hidden, I guess is how you say it. So the website is hidden right now. If you're on my listserv, then you've already gotten access to the website, but it's not public yet. So I will make the website public on Monday when the cart opens, but you still need an invitation, or you still, once you register, it's just kind of putting your name in, and then I'll reach out to you, make sure the program's a good fit, and then I can talk to you about payment methods. And it's pretty flexible. I've got Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. I mean, there's so many options these days. So I got it all. So you will get the link, and it's going to go live. It will be sent to everybody on my listserv. If you're not on my listserv, then go to theplantedyogi.com, scroll down to the bottom, or just give me a thumbs up or a comment here on the Facebook Live, and I'll make sure you get on the listserv, and I can message you to get your email. Okay, so enrollment opens the 7th. And it's $459 for the 8 sessions that we meet Tuesdays for an hour and a half. Reach out to me if you need a payment plan or you need accommodation financially. I want everybody to do this who wants to do it. What if I miss this session? As I mentioned before, we will not be recording, but I will provide you with the material so that you can do it independently, and I'll be checking in on you to make sure you're moving through the program. How will the small group format benefit me? Well, this really allows it to be personalized. So, many of you are across the globe, and maybe we can't be together in person, but by having this small group, and doing this live rather than recorded, it is, very personalized, and I'll be adapting the program over the 8 weeks to the needs of the individuals in the group. So it's going to foster a sense of community as well, because we'll have the opportunity to share, to talk about what's coming up for us, what we're working through. Everybody's going to get the attention and support they need in the group, as well as from me independently. And I'll be available to answer your questions or to help you work through anything that's coming up through the program. What if I've never done yoga or meditation before? Okay, so that is a really common question. I get a lot of people who, they want to sign up for my retreats. They want to come to the yoga hike. They want to do this Reconnect and Rediscover program, but they're intimidated, and that's totally understandable. I haven't done yoga. I don't like meditation, or meditation isn't for me. I can't sit still. I'm not flexible. I'm not that flexible either. I can't do a headstand. This doesn't mean you can't do yoga. Yoga is moving your body. So if you have a body, which I hope you do, aren't we so fortunate if we have a body? So if you have a body, you can do yoga. If you have a mind, you can do these introspective practices, okay? And I can adapt these practices, the yoga practices. If you have injuries or limitations, just let me know and we will work with that. It's really about going inward and reconnecting with yourself. It's not about headstand competitions or being the most flexible person, or being able to sit still for a long time. It's more about the intention behind what you're doing. Okay. So I hope that answers all of your questions. If you have any questions I haven't answered, feel free to pop them in the chat. I really hope to see you at the Reconnect and Rediscover program. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to be working through some important stuff to set us up for success. And I really want to help those of you who just feel kind of like you've been following the path that sits before you, and maybe you're a little bit lost or you're overwhelmed. Do you feel obliterated by motherhood? I've been there. Maybe you're self-medicating, barely hanging on. Maybe you're fine. Maybe you feel fine, but you're like, hey, I haven't, my yoga practice isn't really where I want it to be, or I haven't done my meditation lately, or I've never done meditation. And so I want to offer this in service to you. All right, I hope that answers all your questions. I'm excited to do this program with you. And if you have anything else, you can reach out to me by email at theplantedyogi@gmail.com. And I hope to see you there. Take care, lovelies.